Okay, so our next speaker is Christo. Christo is Christo Weilbach. Thank you for coming. Sorry about the order adjustment. Christo has been involved in real estate since 2003, working with a number of big brands. He has served the Institute of Estate Agents of South Africa as its national president. In 2016, he was appointed as a board member to the board of the Estate Agency Affairs Board, that's the old EAAB, until it was replaced with the Property Practitioners Regulatory Authority. Just as an aside, I deal with quite a lot of government different departments. We do a lot of social housing on, one of my businesses does a lot of social housing. There actually are good people in some of these government institutions. It's sometimes, so we need to give grace to them sometimes because there are great people like Christo who are actually trying to do some good work in the background for very little thanks or at all. So thank you, Chris, for your serving. During his time at the EAAB, he served on various committees as committee member, chairman, and vice chairman. He also served as a trustee on the EAAB Pension Fund. It is here where he realized that there is an urgent need for basic financial knowledge to be shared with high school kids and estate agents. That's hopefully not in the same bucket, but some of us do need to grow up. But yeah, so we welcome Christo, and we really look forward to your wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that introduction. Good morning, everybody. Okay, I would like you to start by writing down my name and my number. I'll give you quick, what always happens with these things are, afterwards everybody wants to get a name and a number, and there's not enough screen time, and they don't get the number. And I'll tell you in a moment why I want you to get my name and my number. So it's Christo Weilbach, and my number is 082-798-3780. Okay, let's start here. Can I please ask everybody to quickly stand up? Ooh. Sorry, just get me my first slide again, please. Okay, lift your arms, sit down. Thank you. We've been sitting for just over an hour. Now we've got the blood circulation going again, and now we can concentrate. Okay, so I've got 15 minutes to tell you a little bit about finance, but I hope to occupy your mind for the rest of the week. As Brad said, the session I wrote is for high school kids and for estate agents. The reason for that, as estate agents, we are self-employed, most of us, some are on contract, but we work in commission. So financial planning is very important. Oh yeah, before I forget, cards, don't forget them. Financial planning is very important. A big lack we currently got is school kids are not getting financial training in school. So they leave school with no knowledge. Now you'll see my session's name is a conversation about finances that my father never had with me. Now, no offense to my father who passed away 4 years ago, but our parents didn't have access to Google or anything like that. And a lot of them did not understand finances. They were employed, they worked for a pension. I'll tell you a little bit about all the new pensions. So they didn't really do financial planning, and when they did, it was through a financial planner. These days we've got Google, and that teaches us quite a lot if we know how to do a little bit of research. So I'm going to start with a disclaimer. So the title is not trying to be sexist, and a lot of families, the moms do the finances, and mine had happened to be my father's. Second of all, I'm not a tax, investment, or financial specialist or advisor. I did, however, when I was a trustee at the pension fund, we did regularly get financial training, and that's why I realized that even I don't know about finances, and I had to learn. What I'm sharing with you is meant to make you think and take control of your finances. And lastly, you should still do your own research, educate yourself, and speak to professionals. This is not a crash course on getting rich and retiring early. This is just basic knowledge so that when you go to a financial advisor or you Google, you've got an idea. Okay. And I'm going to skip through everything very quickly. So the very first part is introduction to savings. How to save. Okay, there's where I was. Budget to save and invest monthly. Now those are two key items that a lot of people miss. So this month you earn 50,000 Rand commission, so you spend 50,000 Rand. Next month 100,000 commission, so you're going to buy the BMW. Next month you earn 10,000 Rand and you're battling to pay the BMW. So that's where budgeting comes in. Set yourself a budget as to how much money you can survive on and maybe a little bit of luxury. The rest of the money is not yours, go and bank it. So don't live your income, budget your income. A very good habit that I've picked up over the last couple of years as well, 50% of every single cent that I make, I put into a savings account. Because as estate agents, we are provisional taxpayers. So every 6 months, you owe SARS money. So 50% of your money, you take out of the equation. So when SARS runs their cut, it's available. And at the end of your financial year end, the excess money, you can go and save. Or go on a boat cruise, whatever you want to do. But you know that you don't have problems with SARS because they're not going to charge you more than 50%. And as I said, the excess is what you basically save. So, and the reason you are doing all of this is because you can't work forever. At some stage in our life, we need to retire or want to retire. And if you do not plan for that, it's going to be a problem. So I was mentioning earlier pension funds. As estate agents, we're not going to have pension funds, but we will have things like, my word, if I can't remember words. I'll tell you now. Not going to get to that. There's various things to invest in. So in the old days, our parents had what they called a defined benefit pension fund. So when your father or your mother retired, they were guaranteed to receive a percentage of their last salary for the rest of their lives. These days, and the reason for that was, a lot of people didn't live past 70. When they retired at 65, they went to go and sit at home with no ambition or goal, well, not ambition, but no goal. They didn't have to get up every morning to go to work. And people, on average, survive, especially men, survive 5 years after they resigned or after they went on pension because of inactivity. So what's happening these days, people are working, especially estate agents, are working for many years more. There's a lot of agents working into their 70s. There's a lot of doctors that still work into their 80s. So a lot of people, when they retire one day, they actually go and consult and do different things. So they stay active. That created a problem where pension funds now had to sustain people past the age of 70. Because now people started going to the ages of 80 and 90 because people are more active. We've got gyms. Our parents didn't gym. So our health style is more healthy and we live longer. So the pension funds could not sustain that unlimited pension payment every single month based on your last salary. So they changed it to a defined contribution. So what happens these days, and few people know this, they don't realize it. I speak to a lot of people say, I'm not worried, my work deducts for my pension. So a defined benefit, a defined contribution, says basically that you're putting money away every single month. Most people don't even know what the percentage is that they save. And when you retire one day, your pension fund then checks and see, okay, you have accumulated R1 million in your working lifetime. And based on this R1 million, we will pay you X amount for either the rest of your life, or you can elect at a higher monthly amount to the age of 80. So now all of a sudden, your pension has got absolutely nothing to do with your last salary. And everything to do with how much money you put away. So if you've got spouses that's working, go and look at your pension. So where does this come in? That's the word I was looking for, provident funds. That is something that estate agents can invest in. So you can deduct up to 27%, if I remember correctly, of your monthly income or your yearly income. You can deduct from your tax for provident fund contributions. And why is this important? Because if you only put away 12% of your pension or of your income in a pension fund or a provident fund, you are losing the tax benefit of the remainder up to 24%. And I must just check, I can't remember if it's 24 or 27 at the moment. But you lose that tax benefit. With others, you are paying tax on that extra money that you didn't put into your pension fund or in your provident fund. A very nasty thing that came out recently is the two-pot system. Now, the two-pot system sounds like a very nice thing for you that have got spouses get a pension fund. On the two-pot system, you are entitled to a third of your money every single year. So if you put away 90 Rand a year, just using a figure here, 30 Rand of that 90 Rand, you can withdraw every single year. And the sad thing is it's being marketed by the companies and employers as emergency money. If you need money for school fees, for a car, for a boat cruise, whatever, you can take a third. With other words, you are taking a third of the money that you are investing to retire one day, and you are spending it now. Not a clever move. Because there's compound interest and there's compound growth. It's one of the things that I cover over here, has got to do with compounds and tax-free savings accounts. So, if your spouse gets a pension, do not touch the two-pot system's one pot that you may withdraw. The wording has changed quite substantially, and they talk about the third that you are entitled to. You're not entitled to it. You may in an emergency. You are stupid if you take it because you are ruining your pension. So tax-free savings accounts, don't know if anybody have heard of it or have got them. So a tax-free savings account is something that the government created in order to help people to save. And it's precisely in the name. It's a tax-free savings account. And there's various ones that you can do. You can do it in shares, as long as it's a tax-free product, or you can do a savings account at the bank. So what basically happens is every single cent of profit or interest what you make on that money is tax-free. There's no capital gains on it, there's no income tax on it, absolutely nothing. You may save up to 36,000 Rand a year and 500,000 Rand over a lifetime. So if you've got grandchildren, ideal birthday gift. Open a tax-free account for the child and put money away every single month and do it for yourself as well. You don't have to do 36,000 a year. You may only do 36,000 a year. So if you can only afford to put 2,000 away for the year, you do that. And the maximum you can contribute is 500,000 in a lifetime. Now again, compound interest clicks in here. That money that you put away doubles every 5 years approximately because of interest. And don't ever draw it because you cannot top up. If you put away 36,000 Rand and you draw 3,000 Rand for that year, you can't put 3,000 back. It will take you approximately 16 years to put away the 500,000 Rand at 36,000 Rand a month. And then it can grow for the rest of your life. Now, my brother's done the calculation. I haven't double-checked it. He's quite clever. And he reckoned that if you put away the 36,000 Rand per year for your child or your grandchild for 16 years, up into 500,000 Rand, that child can go out and work and not contribute to a pension fund or anything. And by the time he retires, you will be able to comfortably live on that tax-free money. Because there's no tax. When you withdraw it, nothing. There's absolutely no tax payable on that money or on that investments. So that's also a good way. Another thing I'm going to touch on quickly, I see I've got 2 minutes left, is point systems. Clicks, I'm giving names here. I don't say you have to use them. Clicks, this scheme, Pick and Pay. Checkers don't have a point system, they've got a discount system. ABSA Rewards, F&Bs, e-bucks. All of these programs are worth belonging to if you manage them correctly. One that I absolutely love, Koopkrag. Don't have anybody ever heard of Koopkrag? So if you want to open a Koopkrag account, contact me. If I refer you and you open an account, you get some money on that account already. So how these things work is when you purchase, you get a monetary value. They call it points, but it's got a monetary value. And why I like Koopkrag is you can use it together with things like this scheme and Pick and Pay and all those places and get those points as well. So they pay, Koopkrag for instance, pays between 3 and 7% of your spending back to you at the end of the year. I get about 7,000 to 9,000 a year back. And they are taken by all the major shops, which means you have to go and buy bread. And you get money back on that. ABSA Rewards, if I put in petrol at Sasol's also got a rewards card. So I ride a little scooter. December's, I fill my scooter about 4 times. Just on my Sasol rewards. That's over and above the ABSA rewards that I received in the year for putting petrol in my car and my scooter. That also, there's tiers. Just look at the tiers and stuff. There's ways that you can grow it. Please remember, there's good debt and there's bad debt. Things like Koopkrag, like a credit card, all of those things are good debt if you don't go into the red. What I do with my credit card is I pay money into my card and I swipe it. So I'm never in the red. I never pay interest. But on my credit record, I'm every single month paying my credit card religiously. And my credit record is beautiful. I've actually drawn it a few years ago when I worked at a bond originator. And I had one of the highest credit scores I've seen. And I didn't earn that well back then. But spending habits and good debt is what get it up there. Like I said, good debt is not personal loans. Those things are expensive. Good debt is having things like a Koopkrag card that you settle every single month. Having a credit card where you put money into that account, you use it basically like a debit card, and you swipe it. The fees are very low or non-existent. And there's rewards that you get on that, as well as the points. And you also get a credit score that goes up because you are never in the red. You are always in the black. Guys, that's it. And why I said take my name and number, I would like to do this talk for free at schools in and around Pretoria. But the proper one, the hour one. And you can get your principals also to book me for the full one, where I can give you the details on everything. And you can go and see a financial advisor, and you will know what he's talking about, not him telling you and you going, yes, amen. Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thanks, Christo.